what's up, everybody? It's Stacey Storino. Normally, I'm from Joe's Dairy Bar and Grill, but today I'm here on my own channel. Welcome to some pretty crazy news. And this may be the first you're hearing of it, but even if it's not, I'm here with my channel's all about. Welcome to Stacey Storino Live, the #1 place on the internet to learn about content marketing via social media as an entrepreneur, mom, or parent. As an entrepreneur parent, while you're also networking with other entrepreneur parents, have an awesome time doing it in the lives. So hashtag live, hashtag replay, say hello. If you have any questions about the ban, information still coming out about it, or what to do if you've been doing all or most of your content marketing on TikTok, like what do you do now? Please put those questions down below. That's why I'm doing this live stream. So there you have it. Make sure you subscribe and hit that bell notification and select all so that you can be made aware of other lives that I do. I tend to do lives on my YouTube channel at 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on Fridays. And then I tend to most days other than that put out YouTube videos on weekdays that have to do with content marketing via social media. As an entrepreneur parent who's not necessarily trying to be an influencer, but you're trying to, sell products, services, or both, and you're using social media content marketing in order to drive traffic to your business so that you can do more business. Hi, Jasmine. Nice to see you. Hi, Rebecca Schwab. Hi. Hashtag live, hashtag replay. Let me know. Julie McKenzie Brooks. Hand dyes by Jules. Good morning. Good morning, sunshine. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending upon where in the world that you're seeing this. And definitely hashtag live, hashtag replay. These things matter to me. I like to see who's coming in and when. Dawn Molitor. Hi, Stacey. Hi. Hashtag live. Yay. I'm getting a lot of hashtag lives. Let me just make sure. I'm going to go into one of my groups, Socialgram shortcut, while we're talking. Let's see. I just want to let them know. Do you guys have any questions? Are you using TikTok or were you using TikTok? Because now the ban is going to be official. My live to review. Okay, let me see. So if you weren't, okay, I did put in the group what's going on. So, all right. There are a whole bunch of stuff going on. So Onika is here. Hashtag live. Thank you. Julie says, I hadn't looked at my TikTok in a long time and looked at it last night. And I had 60 plus new followers, but I hadn't posted in a long time. Rebecca Schwab says, hashtag live. Guys, make sure you give me a thumbs up too if you haven't done that already, because that's a data point for the YouTube algorithm to surface. So it helps when you give me the thumbs up. That really does help. Cool. I see the thumbs up going up. Cool. Lisa Garrett. Hi, Lisa Garrett. Hashtag live. Lisa, give me a thumbs up too. Give me a thumbs up too. Let's see. I just want to post in the group, in the Socialgram shortcut group, my live to go over our Reels challenge, because I'm going to discuss Reels versus YouTube Shorts, which is already out in India. So they're going to be launching YouTube Shorts as well, and what the TikTok ban does and when that goes into effect, which is this Sunday. Will be live on my YouTube channel. Sorry, I'm just sending out a notice right now into the Socialgram shortcut groups that they come here to check things out. Okay, I'm going live on Instagram today. Good girl. Going live is huge on any platform, including but not limited to YouTube. Melissa Pickle, and your hair is stunning today. Thank you, girl. I had 2 appointments back to back. One I couldn't move, so the other one I figured I'd keep. So quickly, the orthopedist says I don't need surgery. The amount of recovery that I have in my right knee with an almost completely torn off medial meniscus is super. So we're going to avoid surgery. We're 100% sure of that for now. And so afterwards, I was able to run in and get my hair done because I needed that. So woohoo! Okay, so my husband loves TikTok. I know, Rebecca, so many people do. Now, Julie, the reason why you're able to grow and grow and grow, one of the cool and unique things about the TikTok algorithm that I'll kind of be a little bit sorry to see go is that it didn't matter what your overall profile did in terms of all the videos that would be there. You could only do video content. You could only do between, like, depending upon what option you toggled, you could get up to 15 seconds or you could do up to a minute. I'll miss being able to do short form content up to a minute. But yes, I am glad that I'm able to avoid surgery too. Thank you, Julie. But TikTok's algorithm would keep serving you out to per video. Each video was its own individual shot for you, and it would continue to do like digital matchmaking on TikTok to not only match it up to people who might be fans or followers of yours on TikTok, but they would continue to keep serving it out to other people who were like them, who haven't found you yet. And as long as enough of them continued to interact with that particular piece of content, then the TikTok algorithm would keep serving that piece of content out repeatedly until such time as there was a fatigue point on it. So TikTok was cool is that it could be anybody's game, in that, you know, you weren't gaining like channel authority like you can gain here on YouTube, or really in another sense you could do on Facebook and Instagram. For TikTok, it's like one video at a time. You could go mini viral to super viral, and it would continue to matchmake and continue to push out that video. It could go for weeks. Now, one of my students, Andrew George, is Andrew here yet? No. But he had a TikTok video that went, if I'm not mistaken, like over like 100,000 people viewing it, but it took a number of weeks, which meant that TikTok continued to like play matchmaker on that individual video until not enough people interacted with it anymore. So that's like a cool thing on TikTok that we're going to miss here in America. So if you don't know about the ban, a couple hours ago, it was announced, but I was, you know, at my appointments and I was like, darn, I can't pull out either one of these to do a live. So they are banning TikTok for the foreseeable future as of Sunday in the United States, which means that if you haven't, there's two ways this ban affects US users or potential users of TikTok. The first way that it affects them is if a US or American does not download the TikTok app at all, like say they haven't gotten there yet, but they mean to, if they don't download TikTok by Sunday, they will be cut off from doing so at all. The second part of the ban is that everyone that already has the app, they can still use it. They can still use the features on it and whatnot, but they will no longer be able to get updates on TikTok. This is the same situation that hit India a couple months ago. India banned TikTok and 58 other apps for similar security-based reasons. Haven't been too clear about it. Nobody can put their finger on what those security-based reasons are. And no offense, China and India don't get along so much right now. So I don't know how much of it is political, and I don't want political talk on my channel. I don't generally do it, but given the ban, I'll just quickly say I don't know how much of it is that. But this is the deal. You're going to be blocked from getting any updates and or downloading the app at all as of Sunday. What does that do to you if you're a TikTok content creator at this point? You know, where you're based out of the United States, where this blanket ban affects you. And it sucks because for Joe's Dairy Bar and Grill, we currently have over 154,000 followers or fans on TikTok alone. 154,000 followers or fans on TikTok alone. So that's really upsetting for us because that was a neat platform for us. Does it mean that they're taking it away completely if you already have it? No, but if you don't have access to updates, that's concerning for a few reasons. Number one, you don't get all the features anymore. So if they update with new like filters or stickers or, you know, backgrounds and stuff like that, if they come out with something else like augmented reality, like, you know, how they have green screen effects on TikTok, you're not going to be able to get them because that would be part of an update. My big concern here is that they also can't update it in terms of security. patches, which many times updates for anything from hardware, operating systems to app and software. There will be security related types of updates. So if you can't get that, however secure TikTok currently is or isn't for you, over time it's going to be less secure. So what I think is going to happen immediately is that people are going to hate on it. What's going on? #live. I think what's going to happen is that a lot of people are going to exit TikTok as creators, especially if they're marketers like you guys. And it stinks because I do have several students, who get sales on TikTok regularly to irregularly. And they're like, and it's definitely driving up brand awareness. And I do see pops that, in lieu of nothing else, I'm going to say TikTok helped to raise my brand awareness. And it's so easy to do. Hey, school time now. What's going on? Good morning. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, no matter where you are in the world. If you guys could take a quick second, if you haven't done it already, and give me a thumbs up, that really helps me on YouTube. It will help other people who have subscribed to me, because as YouTube sees that more and more people are interacting with the live, it will go out of its way over time to shove out the notification to other subscribers as well. So you really help me, but yes, you really also help other subscribers be more likely than not to see this while it's live or to see it on the replay. So thank you for giving me, I see the thumbs up going up. Thank you guys. If you have any questions about the ban right now, you can let me know down below. If I'm not mistaken, Microsoft is completing its purchase of TikTok. I jumped right on because I was like, oh my gosh, I wanted to make sure I got this information out there. So what do I think that you should do? What do I think that you should do if you weren't really using TikTok, then maybe you just don't care. This is important. But what if you're a marketer or a creator or an influencer on TikTok and you're like, India and the US were the two biggest users of that app by far. So anything else runs a close third, fourth, and fifth, does not even run a close third, fourth, and fifth, comparatively speaking. What I think it does to TikTok is it brings it to its knees. And again, the only reason why I really feel confident saying that, for however long the ban in both India and the US exists, I'm going to tell you that since those were the two biggest audiences by far in terms of creation of content on TikTok and consumption of content on TikTok, I do think that that's going to hobble the app. And Microsoft's probably really pissed about that. Oh, Renee Christine's live is now. I did not know that. Oops, she did not tell me. I am partners with her, but she didn't tell me when she was going live. That's okay. If you want to go watch Renee Christine's live, please do. I'm going to post the replay of this. Just hit the like button on the way out the door. If you're one of my YouTube subscribers and you don't know who Renee Christine is, then don't be concerned about that. I thought that was tomorrow. Yeah, you know what? She did say in yesterday's pre-recorded YouTube video that she was going to do a live today. She did not say when. She did not tell me when. And I feel like I really need to get on here like now to address this, because I know a lot of people are going to be freaking out of my students, and I have a lot of you. I know that there's going to be a lot of people freaking that TikTok's going to basically be slammed shut in the US. Mandy is live in Jersey also. Good Lord in heaven. Well, when they don't tell me these things, sorry. This was a surprise jackpot live anyway. Go where you need to go, my children. I don't want to hold anybody back, but nobody told me, and that's okay. I didn't see it up on the calendar, but before anyone goes anywhere, don't forget today is the last day for Funnel Fairy Godmother Messenger to be on sale at $37. It goes to $97 after 11:59 p.m. Eastern Standard Time today while this is live. So I'm going to put that out there. All right, look. So what do? There's two things that I want to tell you immediately, and then I'm going to go back and unpack. The first thing that I'm mad that I'm not going to see Renee's live, but I have to do this. So the first thing I'm going to say is, look, you do have Instagram Reels. And for my students who were doing Instagram Reels, today marks the end of our Instagram Reels challenge. And I can tell you right now that even though the challenge was for 7 days straight, from September 11th to September 18th, we were to do at least a minimum of one reel being published a day on Instagram. That's Instagram's answer to TikTok, because it didn't know if the ban was going to go through. And TikTok is still available in other countries, that Instagram is as well. But both the US and India banning TikTok really kind of crumples TikTok a lot. So if Microsoft's purchase went through and Microsoft can clear up whatever the issues are, it's not like bans have to be permanent. Bans can be lifted, and they often are. But for right now, while the US and India are having their security concerns addressed, I would guess the bans are going to stay. So Instagram Reels is the very first place that I have a lot of my students going to. So we had the 7-day challenge, the Instagram Reels challenge that we had in the Socialgram shortcut group. It's concluding today. And then tomorrow we do like a big breakdown on what happened. But every day we've got a post and everyone's checking in. And every day they had to put up at least one, if not ideally 3 reels a day. Some of them like had 10 as a stretch goal. And so they were putting up like TikToks on Instagram Reels because they're both short form content. And the folks that were posting 1 to 3 reels a day have blown up their followers, blown up the views on their content, not just their reels, but people circle back to see what else you've got stocked on your Instagram profile, because now you pique their interest. They're curious. So people have definitely gotten a lot of views on Reels content that they've never seen on, say, a feed post or something like that. They've also gotten more followers on Instagram, more email opt-ins, and several of my students have gotten sales, not just one-off sales. We're talking 2, 5, 6, 7 sales, like, for each. So there's several of them that's got some of that, marketing and sales mojo going on. And really the only thing different that they've done is that they're posting Instagram Reels. So the cool thing about that is, if you're like, man, I meant to get into the short form content production game, and I heard that so many people were doing good with TikTok, and now they're not, going to be able to be on it because it's cut off in India. And now, as of this Sunday, it'll be cut off in the United States too. It's not over, because you've got Instagram Reels. And Instagram Reels is going out of its way to shovel Reels content into the feeds of all your followers. So you may not know, but just because you have followers doesn't mean that they automatically have in their feed every single post or piece of content that you put out on Instagram. If they've engaged with you from time to time to the point where they're engaging with all or most of your content, they might see most of your content, or if they're like super fans, they should see all of your content. But the algorithm kind of like throttles back your stuff if people aren't engaging with it. And you may not know that, but Reels has an unfair advantage, at least for the time being, that you're pretty much all but guaranteed that every reel that you post, that you publish to your account, or to your account, they will shove out into the feed of all of your followers. So it's not just the super fans and the people who might have seen your stuff anyway. They're all going to see it for a certain period of time. So that kind of makes like everything old is new again. They're going to come back to your profile. They're going to check out everything else that you have going on there. And, you might have piqued their interest so much that now they're going to get on your email list. Now they're going to shop you, or at least they're going to engage with your stuff more and more often, right? Transformational Healing by Donna says, what I read 2 hours ago is that Microsoft was out. Okay. All right. And the next bidder wouldn't be acceptable. Okay. As per anything with like corporate transactional stuff, and I've been a lawyer since 1998. For 17 plus years, I did it hardcore. A lot of litigation in the beginning, and then litigation and transactional stuff as time went on. I represented Rockefeller Center and the Arizona Beverage Brand for quite a few years apiece, amongst other things that I did as client work. And I have to tell you that a lot of this stuff is touch and go no matter what it is, whether it involves tech or not. So Microsoft backed out. Well, of course, Microsoft backed out, because if they didn't complete the closing ceremony, like say they were all the way to the table and they're about to sign documents, and I don't know if they got that far or not, but even if they were, they could back out if the ink isn't dry on the contract, if nobody signed anything. And to hear that there's going to be a US ban as of Sunday, then no kidding, if I was Microsoft, I would back out. I believe Walmart also looked into buying TikTok, and then and Walmart didn't seem like such a good fit. But then there might have been Oracle, and that might have been a better fit. But I don't know if TikTok is going to be saleable to any United States company now because of the ban. And again, it's not like the news is showing you like what the hardcore concerns are. It seems like a lot of this stuff is being discussed behind the scenes. So I do have a little bit of concern about that, because if they're banning it, then why? Be concrete about why. Or is this just different countries that don't like China, and China is, ByteDance is the majority shareholder or the owner currently of TikTok? Is it just political or what? And this isn't a political channel, but I'm just saying, like, gee, it's hard to understand why that would happen, but it's happened. The ban has happened, or it will be 100% happening as of this Sunday, September 20th. So what do you do? First of all, since they're not going to vaporize the app for those that have it, just those that already have it, by the time the ban goes down, they're not going to get updates. I don't know. I think a lot of creators are going to mass exit out. And at this point, Instagram is laughing, and Facebook owns Instagram. So Facebook's laughing too, because of course there's going to be, I would think, a pretty decent exodus now from TikTok onto Instagram. So for my students who are doing the Reels Challenge, aren't you happy that you've been going through it for the last 7 days and you're used to putting up at least a reel, if not more, a day? Because at least you're gonna, I would hope, continue to pull the trigger just based upon all the cool results that you've had over this last week. You would think that that would be reason enough for you guys to want to continue to publishing a reel at least a day when it comes to your Instagram marketing. And I would have said that anyway. However, my big concern here is that now, like, you're going to have so many other creators jump on and double down onto Instagram Reels as their new home, because Instagram Reels is fine in India and it's fine here and elsewhere. So that's where everyone's going to pivot really, really hard over the next couple days to a week, would be my best educated guess. So if you're putting up reels, but you're kind of being half-hearted about it, I would really, really do ideally 3 reels a day, once around every mealtime within your time zone. And after a good week or so, like, go into your Instagram insights and see like which reels like attract more people. Should you publish at different times of the day when it comes to Reels content? Maybe, maybe not. Are you getting the right niche? Because again, this is for entrepreneurs, not people just, trying to be influencers, although influencers can be entrepreneurs. This is for people who are selling products, services, or both. Can you get sales? So, I would say that you need to put out, you need to know that who's the I can't speak today. What is the demographic of the people who are consuming your Reels content? What's the demographic of the people, reviewing your Instagram content? What is the, what time zone, what times are your content performing best in? And then make the decisions accordingly. How many or how few reels should you publish? But I can, and when should you publish them? And do you have the right audience viewing them? Because you don't just want anybody or everybody watching your stuff. You do want people to be consuming your content on Instagram and elsewhere who are members more likely than not of your niche. If they're not, then they're not likely going to ever buy from you. And so if you're an entrepreneur, you really need to make sales. That, of course, is the most important conversion that you're going to get. Getting lots of followers are nice. Getting people on your email list is definitely a step in the right direction. But if they're not redeeming coupons or they're not taking advantage of sales, then they're not going to be very interested in buying from you. And then it's a big waste of your time as an adult entrepreneur. So I do think that 3 times a day is good. What's really cool about Reels, if you don't know, is that you can publish it as a Reel, at the same time publish it as a feed post, at the same time publish it as an Instagram story. So like when you go to create the Reel and you get to that final publication screen with the big blue button at the bottom, 2 things. Number 1, make sure that the option to publish the Reel as a feed post as well is toggled on. By default, it should be. So you're good there. So, but then also swipe, like if you've created a piece of Instagram story content, and you'll see that you have the Instagram story content publishing options there. And you're like, but this is a Reel and not an Instagram story piece of content. Well, surprise, you can actually still publish, you can still tap the button at the top. You'll have a bunch of other options too, like all the individual people who are following your account. But you want to tap the top one where you're publishing the Reel as a story. Now you get 3 pieces of content for the price of 1. So Reels automatically is a no-brainer, even if after Sunday you had access to TikTok in America, but you won't, or at least if you already have the app as of Sunday, you won't be able to have updates after that. So that's kind of a bummer. And so, of course, that would include security updates. So that's really a bummer. And also, if you're publishing 3 times a day, you're going to be remaining more top of mind with the followers that you do have. And like I said, at least for the foreseeable future, like really every follower is going to see your Reel, because that's going to get, or your feed posts having to do with a Reel, because that's going to get shoved into their feed. No matter what, even folks that haven't engaged with you for a while wouldn't normally see much, if anything, of your Instagram content in their feed when they first log into Instagram, let's say. They're going to see everything that you put out if they think about you and they happen to go circle back to your profile to see what you published recently. But not a lot of folks are going to do that at all or much. So you really want to create Reels so that you're all but like guaranteed to show up in the feed, because Instagram's giving you that extra algorithmic push to make Instagram Reels more of a success. I wonder how much Instagram's going to feel motivated to do that in the coming week or so, because once the ban is final as of Sunday in the United States, are they going to continue to give you an extra big push? Because TikTok's kind of dead then in both both India and the United States. What does that tell you, right? So I don't know. Are they going to want to continue to give you that huge algorithmic push because their main competitor is gone? Maybe, maybe not. So enter YouTube Shorts. YouTube Shorts was YouTube's answer to TikTok and to Instagram Reels. If YouTube doesn't try to stay relevant with Gen Z, YouTube's not going to grow. If YouTube doesn't stay interesting to the millennials, who also were really, affectionate with short form content, 15 seconds to 60 seconds, then eventually YouTube looks stodgy and old, and then nobody's going to want to mess with it over time. I mean, YouTube's so huge, but still, it's not a trend that they want to see. So they were developing this for many months. They had indicated that YouTube Shorts, which would be like a 15-second video snippet, just like Instagram Reels and just like TikTok. The only cool thing about TikTok there was you could toggle open an option and go up to 60 seconds or a minute on TikTok. You don't have that option currently on Instagram. Who knows, that may change. And from what it sounds like, you won't have that option either with YouTube Shorts. Because India already had a huge vacuum, because for the last couple months, they haven't had TikTok availability because the countrywide ban. Guess what? YouTube shoveled out Shorts after testing it with some creators in various parts of the world, just initially testing that feature. They've now deployed it in India as of the last couple days. It hasn't been very long while this live is going live. Why my live is going live. So India now has it. They're playing around with it. Again, America is like the second biggest consumer and creator of short form content. So I'm going to guess that YouTube's going to do the hurry up offense, in the coming week to 2 weeks to deploy YouTube Shorts to YouTube itself. So this way, at least it can compete with Instagram Reels. TikTok may be down at this point, but the short form content marketing game is not out. Gen Z and super young Gen Y loves short form content. Their attention span is so short. If you are trying to motivate Gen Z to get their parents or grandparents to spend money, you have to be in the short form content game. If you want young to middle range millennials to spend money with you, same thing. One thing that the COVID lockdown did, not just in the United States, but in a lot of the world, was that because folks were like with their family and or by themselves for a long period of time, Gen X and baby boomers started playing with TikTok and, other social media apps a lot more than they would have, and or they would have been on those apps if they were already on them a lot more than they would have. And of course, a couple weeks or months later, new habits are born. So Gen X and baby boomers were creating and or consuming short form content on TikTok. Now that TikTok's going to be shut in the second major country, guess what? They're probably going to go to Instagram, where they were going in increasing numbers anyway. Okay. And they're going to consume it there because they love creating it. They love consuming it. Yes, even Gen X. Yes, even baby boomers. Okay. So I really do think that even if you haven't played around with short form content yet, you should definitely, and especially if YouTube's really important to you, I would use Instagram Reels as training ground for creating what will be available to everyone at some point. I think YouTube had said before the end of the year, it really wanted it to be like globally deployed. So by December, I would imagine, they're going to be fully in the short form content marketing game as well, to keep the attention of Gen Y and a lot of Gen Z, and also not to seem like old fashioned and stodgy. No one wants MySpace disease where they turn around and like, who's there anymore? Nobody. Okay. And if you're not old enough to really remember MySpace, there was a point in time where Facebook came along and everyone's like, why bother? We're all on MySpace. Not anymore. So you can't afford to be complacent. A lot of platform life cycles have come and gone, like Vine. Vine was 6-second short form video content. And people freaked out and said, I don't know how I could do any marketing in 6 seconds. Well, guess what? All sorts of big creators, Lowe's and Home Depot, did all sorts of builds with 6-second time lapses, and they did well. A lot of creators became influencers and or blew up their brands and their businesses with 6-second, short form content. The only sad thing was when Vine shut down as a platform, there really wasn't someplace else to go really for that type of content marketing. So it kind of like went a little bit dormant until TikTok came around, or really Musical.ly, which got bought out by ByteDance, which became TikTok. So that's like 2-3 years in the making, but then short form content became hotter and hotter until this year when it really became hot. Then you had lockdown, then you had bored people, then it blew up even bigger with all of the different demographics. So I have to tell you, my opinion is that, TikTok basically, I don't know, I would treat it as though it's a done deal, which again stinks for Joe's Dairy Bar and Grill, my family's business, because we had 154,000 plus fans or followers on TikTok. I don't know how much more content we're really going to create or have our staff create there. But do I think we're going to go have a big old renaissance with Instagram Shorts? Yeah, I do. Or I'm sorry, Instagram Reels. Yeah, I do. We also do for Joe's Dairy Bar and Grill have a YouTube channel. I think we have 700 something subscribers there. And we targeted how we wanted to rank in YouTube for our local, it's a brick and mortar business. So for our local area, and believe me, that drives sales for us even now all the time. But do I think we're going to go embrace YouTube Shorts when those are available in the United States for Joe's Dairy Bar and Grill? Sure. Do I think I'm going to play with it for the Stacey Storino channel? Sure. Do I think I'm going to double down on, in the meantime, while I'm waiting for YouTube Shorts, and while you may be waiting for YouTube Shorts, do I think that right now is the best time for you to double down on Instagram Reels content? Yes, I do. You should get very comfortable with respect to making short form content and publishing it on the daily, ideally 3 times a day, around breakfast, around lunch, around dinner, in your time zone, and then give it a week or so and like really look at the insights and the analytics to see what kind of tweaks, if any, you need to make to your Reels publishing schedule. And what should make you happy is, just like I said before, you get 3 pieces of content for the price of 1 if you follow my steps as you go to publish your Reels. So you can still get your story content and your feed post content at the same time that you publish a Reel. Last thing I want to say is, one thing that TikTok wasn't good at was the amount of characters that it allowed you to put in your caption. A tweet is longer on Twitter than what you had available to you on TikTok. For Instagram Reels, you can get 2,200 characters. Yes, that includes the hashtags, but you're allowed 30 hashtags on a reel, just like you're allowed up to 30 hashtags on a piece of Instagram, just feed post content, and also on an IGTV video if you didn't know. So I would use all 30 hashtags on a reel, and I would use all, or at least a lot of, the 2,200 character count that you have accessible to you after you do those hashtags. I would put the hashtags at the bottom of your caption. Yes, people can watch an up to 15-second clip for your reel, and you might be like, it's hard to really explain what's going on there past what you can grasp in 15 seconds. And how am I, as an entrepreneur, going to put in a call to action too? You can do text overlays to get a call to action in, so you can do that anyway, but you can also encourage them to read the caption that goes with the piece of Reels content. And that's where you have like a microblog type of like caption. You've got 2,200 characters. That does include for the hashtags, but I would go crazy and use all of them. Why not? Why not? Because that can get them, you can go back and unpack what's shown in there. Or are you selling something? Is it on sale? If they like what they see or they have questions, this is what you would want them to do. Use that caption. You really didn't have too terribly much to play with on TikTok in terms of caption. Yeah, you could go up to a minute. You don't have that option with Instagram Reels, and it doesn't seem like you're going to have that option with YouTube Shorts. But again, if YouTube allows you a bit of a caption, that would make total sense too. If you get text overlays for a YouTube short piece of content, then that could be like, go see today's video, go listen to my live at whatever time, go visit, the link in my show notes in any of my videos to get onto my email list and get a coupon or get a downloadable or what have you. So there's more than one way to kind of like skin this cat. I don't love that saying, but whatever. There's more than one way to skin the cat with short form content marketing. So just because TikTok is really kind of going away in the United States as of this Sunday, it's not the end of the world, because I think Instagram Reels is actually a better deal for you. Especially as an entrepreneur who's trying to market to get sales and not just like dancing and singing and being, a living meme. But if that's what you want to do, then you can certainly do it on Instagram Reels as well. All right. So these are my thoughts on what's going on this Sunday, and I hope that they help you. I hope that if you need to be like made to feel better about what's going on with TikTok, Instagram Reels is your place to go. That's like the Zion that you need to go and visit. And it's not too late to do really well on TikTok. A lot of my students who are in the Reels challenge are finishing up today. And like I said, they're getting a lot of views that they never got before. Their overall profile's kind of getting a lift as well because people are circling back to see what else they have so that they can continue to binge their content. They're getting more people on their email list, and they're also getting sales. Quite a few of them are getting sales in the DMs or the direct messages on Instagram. So I really do think that this is actually a very excellent opportunity. All right, I will talk to you guys later. Bye.